I'm Nick Seco from Home Right Windows and Doors, and we're located in Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. So we do vinyl replacement windows, we do steel and fiberglass entry doors, we do aluminum storm doors, and we do sliding patio doors, all made by Provia. The windows are a vinyl replacement window, and it could be anything from double hungs to casements to bay and bow windows and everything in between. So when somebody calls in the office and needs an estimate, they get Roxanne on the phone typically, and she would schedule an appointment for me to come out and take some measurements, provide some literature, go through what options we have, and then I would follow up within about 24 to 48 hours with an estimate with all the details of the products as well as the installed price. I find that we're typically much more affordable than the companies that you see advertising on TV or in a lot of other places. If they're spending a lot of advertising dollars, obviously they're passing those costs on to their consumers. You could go to our website at homerightwaynesboro.com, or you could call us at 717-749-4874.
Local and live, covering Franklin and Washington counties, it's Let's Talk TriState.
Dan DeDona here with the localnews1.org weekly report from our surrounding area. And happy 4th of July weekend. This is going to be great. 3-day weekend. First time we've had a 4th of July weekend like this in quite a while, so that's outstanding. So we're here to give you all the news for the past week and for the best things coming up this coming weekend from Hagerstown, Chambersburg, Smithsburg, Fairfield, Waynesboro, and all the communities in and around that area that make up our local community. 5 things to do this weekend. We're not going to talk about a lot of 4th of July activities. We actually have some special coverage in localnews1.org that highlights all of the 4th of July specific activities that are taking place. So instead, we're going to do 5 things from Local News 1 that cover things that are not directly associated with the 4th of July. And then there'll be a couple extras on the bottom as well, because there's just an enormous amount of activity taking place. First up is the Summer Concert Series out at the Chambersburg Memorial Park's Kiwanis Band Shell. There'll be a musical celebration for the whole community. Festivities are kicking off tomorrow, Friday the 4th of July at 3 p.m. with performances by the Skyla Burrell Band and the Mercersburg Area Community Band and Evan Missal. And then we're going to skip Saturday. We're going to go straight to Sunday at 7 p.m., the 6th of July at 7 p.m. Leslie McKee is going to be bringing contemporary Christian music to the stage. This is an outdoor activity, so you're reminded you probably want to bring lawn chairs or blankets or something to make yourself comfortable, so you can enjoy this music out under the blue summer sky. Next item up is an evening paddle on the Potomac River down at the Brunswick Family Campground in Maryland. That'll be on Saturday, the 5th of July. It's a guided trip that runs from 6 until 8 p.m. and it offers a chance to spot wildlife, take in views of the Harper's Ferry National Historical Park from the waterside. It's a view you don't necessarily always get. You'll be able to navigate some mellow stretches and 3 sets of rapids, including a Class 2 Plus finale. $80 entrance fee plus tax, and the organizers note that paddlers should be prepared to walk down a steep hill and help carry gear to the launch site. Next up, there will be a Summer Saturday Tree Trek sponsored by Buttonwood Nature Center. That'll be at the Pine Hill Recreation Area at 12684 Menser Gap Road in Waynesboro from 9 until 11 a.m. on Saturday, the 5th of July. Participants of all ages can join educators for a hands-on lesson in tree identification, help you learn how to spot local species by their leaves, bark, and seeds. And that's all before you head out for a walk in the park. Admission is $5 per person, excuse me, with children 2 and under admitted free. For more details, contact buttonwoodnaturecenter.org. And on Friday the 4th of July, from 5 until 9 p.m., there will be a Friday night music fest. This will be the 6th annual outdoor series that takes place out at Meadow Road in, let's see, it'll be 14426 Misty Meadow Road in Smithsburg. That's across from the Misty Meadows ice cream shop. This was an activity that started back during the pandemic, and it has just continued and grown ever since. It will benefit the Stephen Tiller's Tunnel to Towers Foundation, and the Woodsetter.com organization will be matching the net up to $800 for whatever proceeds they get from this. Should be a great presentation. And the 5th of the standard 5 items to do this weekend is music, food, and fun for the whole family at the Chambersburg UMC Church at 750 Norland Avenue. Community is invited to celebrate Independence Day from 7 to 10 p.m. They'll have live tunes by Second Time Through, which apparently now has a female vocalist joining them and a drummer. So they're getting pretty big time. Guests can enjoy free hot dogs, drinks, ice cream, and children's games, including a moon bounce. You're encouraged to bring non-perishable food donations for the church's food pantry, and make it a great celebration for patriotism and show your generosity. Now, there's 2 additional things that we wanted to add on here. Didn't make the top 5 cut. First of all is Franklin County. The Franklin County Fair is opening for their 60th year on Sunday, the 6th of July, and that will run through the following Saturday, the 12th of July. There'll be food, livestock, contests, live music. There'll be a baby barnyard if you want to take your kids out there and get hands-on with the farm animals. That's going to take place at 3725 Warm Springs Road in Chambersburg. And the second thing is this coming Tuesday, out at Totem Pole. That'll be the 8th of July. Brady and Carolyn Piano Bar Duo will be putting on 2 shows on that day. One at a matinee at 2 p.m. and a second one at 7:30 in the evening. There'll be music, humor, audience participation, and they describe this as a cruise ship on land. So if you've never been on a cruise, these are kind of fun. They're a little more intimate than some of the larger shows that you find when you go to concerts. So might want to check that out. Of course, the big news for this entire weekend is the 4th of July. As I mentioned, we've got special coverage highlighting a lot of places where there'll be fireworks and other 4th of July unique activities. But as you might suspect, there are also an awful lot of people who are offering warnings for this weekend. There are warnings about handling personal fireworks. Most experts would tend to agree it's probably better to leave fireworks, especially the larger ones, to experts. But if you're going to do it safely. In addition, you want to be cautious about how you drive. There's going to be an awful lot of people out there. One of the worst comments that anybody could give you is, "You drink well, but not wisely." You want to avoid that kind of a comment as it applies to you. So be careful out there. There will be a beer or 2 consumed. Everybody needs to get home safely and have a great weekend. There are also an awful lot of local advisories for summer road work that have been cropping up here, as you would expect. Route 15 has got line painting up in the vicinity of Gettysburg, so you want to watch out for that. We managed to get a hold of a schedule for Franklin County's PennDOT work for this whole week. Check it out online. There's a lot of details there I won't get into here, but a lot of very specific places where they're going to be ripping up road and laying down new asphalt. There are also an awful lot of unannounced road work and power lines and whatnot that's taking place. You may not know this, but all the power companies and the electrical companies, they don't necessarily need to ask anybody's permission to go out there and repair their lines or their facilities. They just go, and they don't have to tell the local municipalities or the county or anybody else. They are completely responsible for seeing to it the traffic is maintained in those areas, but they tend to be unannounced. So you want to keep an eye out for that. Don't just assume that just because it's the 4th of July, you can cruise down your regular road. In Franklin County, PennDOT is seeking public comments on a bridge replacement project that is going to take place at Hikes Road over Interstate 81. And that's near state line, right there in the state line between Pennsylvania and Maryland. Now, the work isn't going to take place until 2027 or 2028, but this is your opportunity to get 2 cents in concerning how they do it, what kind of detours they're going to put in, so that life can proceed normally in that particular area. So take advantage of that. In Waynesboro, there was a fire at the Leland Retirement Home on the 1st of July. The Leland is located on West Main Street. Everybody was evacuated after the power went out. They were actually evacuated to the YMCA, which canceled a variety of activities there so that they could take care of all the residents of the Leland. There were no casualties or injuries reported. And we're waiting for an update to find out what the nature of the property damage was. Penn State Mont Alto is still in the news. Penn State has now put up a website that is intended to allow interested parties to take a look at how they're proceeding with their plans to close multiple remote locations in the Penn State system. But there is still an awful lot of blowback from the decision. We got state representatives, a senator, alumni associations, the Franklin County Area Development Corporation, as well as individuals who are not at all happy. Most of their contentions have to do with the fact that their decisions don't seem to be data-driven, although Penn State argues that they were completely data-driven. They're not transparent, which would seem to be true since they conducted most of their deliberations in an executive session, and there was no public input. I can't emphasize enough, if you got big institutions like this and you're an integral part of the community, you can't just shoot them in the head and walk away, leaving them for dead. You really need to talk to the people around the community. They need at least some opportunity to try to figure out how they're going to work through something like this. And also to provide some alternatives. It's amazing sometimes what communities are able to do in order to improve the circumstances of an organization that's thinking about moving elsewhere. But they have to have an opportunity. Apparently Penn State is still looking for about $30 million from the state to help them out. So more to follow on that. St. Thomas is going to have grants of up to $35,000 available from the Brake Legacy Fund. The Brakes family that put this deal together as part of their estate planning, aligned with the Foundation for Enhancing Communities to create a fund that would allow small businesses, I shouldn't say small businesses, nonprofit organizations in the vicinity of St. Thomas to take advantage of these grants. In Franklin County, the commissioners are considering $133,000 for new kitchen equipment at the county jail. You remember last week we were talking about putting in a new HVAC system for something over $200,000 at the county jail. Well, apparently, there's more to the story. They apparently haven't made any changes to the kitchen facilities since it was built 20 some odd years ago. So, and it's all starting to break. So they're having to pony up, at least consider ponying up some money to keep it functional out there at the county jail. HCC, Hagerstown Community College, got a $500,000 grant from the Maryland Department of Labor for, I have to read this correctly, a Construction Tools OJT Learning Support Initiative. It's a very long acronym. That's going to be implemented at the D.L. Bowman Training Center. Apparently this is mostly for equipment and services to make the training center more productive. In Chambersburg, hospital employees authorized a strike. Apparently 87% of 1,400 members at the Chambersburg Hospital voted to authorize a strike. That doesn't mean they're striking. What it does mean, though, is that the SEIU, which is negotiating on their behalf, has a strike in their toolkit now, or in their hip pocket if they need one. They are required to give a 10-day notice if they're actually going to implement that provision. So hopefully they'll be able to sort this out. The two sides, basically SEIU is saying that they have staffing and dollar problems. No surprise there. WellSpan is offering roughly 3% a year for several years and benefits. So, but in the eyes of the SEIU, they are apparently quite a ways apart. So they have the membership votes, and if they need to, they'll use it. Seniors in Pennsylvania are reminded that you can apply for rebates on rent and property taxes for 2024. There have been some recent changes, so the state has pushed back the submission date to the 31st of December, so you have more time. You have to be over age 65, and there are certain income criteria that you need to satisfy. You can look that up in the story, but basically, if you're eligible, you can apply for rebates to the taxes that you paid in 2024. Franklin County sprayed for mosquitoes on the 1st of July. They have a very long list of areas in Guilford Township and in that area where they have found very high populations of mosquitoes. The county has actually got staff that go out there and do those measurements on a regular basis. They canvass the entire county, and then they steer the spraying operations into the directions that most need it. Washington County is adding 72 acres to their heritage protection area. These 72 acres are in a very high density cattle and crop area. The people that are doing this indicated that this got less to do with heritage than it has to do with preserving food production. But they're getting their money from the Maryland General Fund to implement, and they may have access to $1.5 million in the future. PennDOT's got a lot of stuff going on here over the 4th of July weekend. They're already looking for winter maintenance crews. The contact information with PennDOT is in the article, but this is pretty good deal. You do have to be available on short notice to respond and drive heavy equipment. But if you're looking for some work during the wintertime, this could be right up your alley. There were no police stories this week. That's a good thing. I'm just going to leave it at that. We're going to move right on to people, though. In Washington Township, their police department promoted PFC Stephen Shannon to corporal. PFC, or now Corporal Shannon, has 20 years worth of experience, and he'll be taking on additional responsibilities. Congratulations to you, sir. Job well done. In Hagerstown, Deanna Pelton, who is a former fire department member of the fire department, and she was recently appointed to be the Deputy State Fire Marshal for the state of Maryland. She has about 12 years worth of experience in fire, and she also has some police training as well. Congratulations to you. Also in Hagerstown, South High School's 4x400 relay team set school and county records at the Adidas Nationals down in North Carolina here recently. So excellent work. They didn't take any positions in the Nationals, but they apparently substantially broke the county and school records. In Franklin County is hiring a youth opioid Education and Prevention Coordinator. That's a real mouthful, but when you actually step back and take a look at what's been happening, this is particularly important. There's so many times when you have a big problem like this that has a lot of different facets to it, and like most things, some person needs to know what all the pieces are, and they need to see to it not only that the individual pieces are being accomplished, but that they are in fact coordinated. They're helping each other, not working in opposition to one another. So this is a big improvement. There's $186,000 over the next 2 to 3 years to finance this effort, and there's a possibility of another $6.5 million, which may be coming in from national opioid settlements. So that should be a well-financed effort, and it's a terrible problem. Under health, Meritus is seeing an increase in births in Washington County in this year. Last year they had a total of 2,065 births all year long. Well, they're already up to 2,000 this year as of the 18th of June. Apparently, they're not necessarily having any more births per unit of population, but they have an awful lot of people who have noticed that they have very good birthing care at Meritus in the Hagerstown area. So the quality of care is attracting people from West Virginia, from Pennsylvania, from all over the area. I like the idea that they can get good care, so that's where they're going. Meritus Endocrinology is also expanding into Frederick. It's good news. Dr. Sabrina Meftali is going to be joining others at a facility at 310 West 9th Street in Frederick. In Health with Holly, she's talking this week about the importance of maintaining muscle mass for both men and women and for people of all ages. She takes a little bit of time there to talk about not only the why that's important, but give some practical suggestions for how. We're gonna say what I hope will be a temporary goodbye to Holly. She's going off to get some additional medical education, and we hope when she comes back she'll be able to join us again. And under entertainment, at the Orvis Hill Country facility over in Fairview, there's going to be a 2-day camp on the 9th and 10th of July from 9 until 2. Fly fishing adventure for grades 5 through age 17. This is going to be a combination of fly fishing mixed in with earth science, limnology, which I had to look up. That's actually the study of land-based water ecologies, and biology. This is all being sponsored in conjunction with Buttonwood Nature Center again. That's most of the big stuff for this week. We also have local history every Tuesday. We have the writings of Dargan Boy on Thursdays. A lot of sports. Youth football is coming up, and soccer pretty soon. Gymnastics in season, auto racing, pets, running, animal care, obituaries from a large number of the funeral homes in the area, and many more activities from all of the communities that make up our constantly moving mosaic. We're proud to be the news source for Verstandig radio stations, and you can see all of the local news at localnews1.org every day of the week for $4.99 a month. And with that, we'll get to the thought of the day. We're actually going to offer 2 thoughts of the day, since this is a 3-day weekend. First, people who take pictures of wheat fields frequently complain that they are grainy. And number 2, especially important if you are visiting any number of sites on the 4th of July, a relief map shows where restrooms are located. You might want to fact check that one. And with that, we hope you have a very pleasant, enjoyable, and safe 4th of July weekend. Y'all take care.
If you'd like to be featured on an upcoming episode of Let's Talk Tri-State, call 717-597-9200 or email letstalk@921thegoat.com.